Evening all, Stephen here. Welcome back to my fireside for probably one of the last fireside rambles of the year. I can't believe I'll go much longer because it's turning very mild here in London in the UK. This will probably be a fairly short video because I think I might have to call the fire brigade in a minute. So, I might have been over enthusiastic with loading it up. Excuse me a second. I'm smoking my trusty Mr. Brog, one of the first pipes I ever bought. Lovely pear wood pipe. If you've never tried a Mr. Brog, I do recommend them. And in it I'm smoking the mighty Revor Plug. A bit of a look at the packet. Oh, this stuff is amazing. This is the first time I bought it. And it's an absolutely beautiful tobacco. It's made by Gareth Hogarth now, but I think they took it over from I think it was originally the Manchester Tobacco Company, so it's a really old North England blend, and it's absolutely fantastic. The pack's a bit of a kick, so that's just as well I'm sitting down. And with it, I'm drinking for the first time, I've never tried this before, Proper Job. It's an IPA from the St Austell Brewery in Cornwall in the West Country of England. A brewery that's been around about 150 years or more. I think the most famous beer is the Tributes, but I thought I'd give this one a go. Very, you probably can't see it, but very light in colour. Let's give it a try. Oh. Very nice indeed. I hope there's enough light in here. I didn't put my normal lighting on, so apologies if this is a bit shady. Hope there's enough light coming off of this to compensate for it. Not much to talk about this evening, but I thought I'd do a sort of community information film, public information, to try and help people out. And this is from anyone out there that finds, they're taking up the pipe and they suffer with a sore mouth. And I'm not talking about tongue bite, I'm talking about mouth bite. So specifically the roof of the mouth, the sides, the back, the whole lot, probably anything but the tongue. And I found when I took up the pipe last summer that I never suffered from tongue bite. But the roof of my mouth would go very dry, then bumpy, then sore. It was not very pleasant at all, and the effects would last quite a few days. Now, I should say that I take medication every day that does alter the chemistry of my mouth, it causes it to dry out and to become numb. That is quite a very common side effect of the medication. So I'm probably prone and more sensitive to pipe tobacco than many other people are. And I tried all manner of things. I tried altering the tobaccos, the packing, the cadence. Nothing seemed to work. Then I went to 9mm activated charcoal filters, and that did have a beneficial effect, and that is now what I prefer to use. They suck a lot of the moisture out, and I think the moisture is a particular problem with mouth problems with pipe smoking, because of basically the steam rather than the smoke is what's causing the trouble. Although there can obviously be ingredients in the tobacco that can irritate it as well. Particularly with aromatics, the casing, which may contain sugars, they can burn hot and they can really cause a problem. But anyway, I went to the charcoal filters, and it helped. But it wasn't 100% successful, and if I had a couple of bowls on one night, then I'd have the same problem. So to describe it, the roof of my mouth went like sandpaper, and I'd wake up in the night and my tongue would basically be stuck to it, and it was really, really bad. And I almost, for a time, thought about giving it up completely. I thought, I can't do this. Now, I did searches on the web, as you do, to see if anyone else suffered the same problem and find a solution, and they really all came up with the tongue bite solutions, which weren't much of a help to me. And then, by chance, I stumbled on a web page, not pipe related, but about people suffering a sore mouth in general, the sore roof of the mouth. And it referred to research that had been done into a common ingredient of toothpastes. And that ingredient, as I say, it's very, very common, especially in the UK. And it's been proved, and it is known to cause irritation in the mouth of some people. And that ingredient is called sodium lauryl sulfate. It's a foaming agent, gives you all that nice froth when you're brushing your teeth. It's a detergent, basically. But in your mouth, which is quite sensitive at the best of times, it can cause irritation for some people. And in my case, you know, if I'm putting that together with my medication and my pipe smoking, probably my beer consumption at the weekends, it's creating a perfect storm which can inflame the lining of my mouth. And so I thought, well, maybe I should try what they recommend, which is choose a toothpaste that doesn't use sodium lauryl sulfate. Now in the UK, that is far, far easier said than done. Every single over-the-counter mainstream brand has sodium lauryl sulfate in it. And I actually just managed to find one that didn't. I don't know if this is, I haven't even looked, I don't know if this is just an English brand or whether it's an American brand or available there. It's a brand called Sensodyne for people with sensitive teeth, primarily. But one of the advantages of it is it doesn't contain sodium lauryl sulfate. I don't work for Sensodyne, I'm not receiving any money for this. But if they'd like to send me a box of toothpaste, I'll be very grateful because it's quite expensive. And I thought, well, it's worth giving it a try. I didn't expect a great deal because, you know, you see these things on the web about this causes that and that causes this, and, you know, you take an awful lot with a pinch of salt. But I thought I'd give it a go, what I've got to lose. And so a couple of months ago I did. And it so happens that my mouth was pretty bad at the time, and within a week of using that, it had cleared up. It was like I had a new mouth, or back to how my old mouth was before I started pipe smoking. The roof of my mouth was moist, it was smooth, it all went. And I've stuck with that toothpaste, and If I push it too far, I can still have some problems, but not the problems that I had before. It really has gone completely. That dry sandpaper mouth, soreness and irritation. Purely by cutting out this sodium lauryl sulfate. So I thought, just in case if there's anyone else out there that suffers the same problems, or any pipe smokers in general that might find when they've had a couple of bowls too many and they're getting some mouth trouble, maybe for pipe smokers in general it's worth switching to a sodium lauryl sulfate free toothpaste. Could work for you, worth a try anyway. I'm not saying it will work for tongue bite, because I don't get tongue bite. As I say, my problems are anywhere other than the tongue. Cheers all. It's a very dry, hoppy beer. It's 5.5% ABV. Very pale in colour. It's almost like a lager. It's much drier than I expected it to be. I do prefer my beers to be a bit on the sweet side, I have to say. I don't mind hops, but I still prefer sweetness in the background. And that's all I've got for this evening. Oh dear. Better stoke it up a bit. Yeah, that's all I've got for this evening. I'm way behind in watching videos on the tube. It's, I don't know, somehow they seem to come in a rush and build up so quickly, and before you know it, you've got loads of videos from people that you really like to watch and you haven't watched them and haven't commented, which is a shame, because I do like to participate in the community and I'm grateful for anyone that comments on my videos. So, anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you with that. I have to say, if you have not tried this Revor or Revor Plug, it really is. It's, yeah, pun coming up, it's a revelation. A bit of on the spur humour there, you know, give me credit. But it really is delicious. When you look at it, and it's so sort of juicy and that, I showed you that bar earlier, and you think, God, this is going to be really dense, but it's a really tasty, smooth smoke. Anyway, yeah, that's going to be it for now. I might put another video up if I can get past the copyright business on YouTube. You might have seen my video a couple of weeks back where I did, I've got my turntable back, and I have to say, I mean, I own hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of CDs, and it all become a bit stale. And since getting my my turntable back, it's really, I don't know whether it's because of my age and it brings back the past, but it's rekindled an interest in music. I find I'm enjoying music far more listening to it on vinyl than I was on CD. It got to the point where often on CD I just put it on in the background. But now I put a vinyl album on and I sit and listen to it and do nothing else. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm buying. I mean, my original intention was that I would just get my turntable or get a turntable and listen to my old stuff. But of course now I've just started buying new stuff. Well, not new, but second-hand stuff. Really enjoying it. It's fantastic. So I might try and put up another video of me playing something from my back catalogue, an album that I really like, but we'll see how it goes. In the meantime, I'll sign out now on this one. I'm hoping there's going to have been enough light here. I've got an awful feeling that it may not have been, but we'll just have to see. So, cheers everyone. Good health to you. Really, really, really value your comments on my videos and your subs. This has given me something to do which I really hadn't anticipated how much pleasure it would give me. And I'm so glad that I took the step into joining the community. You're a great bunch. Cheers all. Until I see you again, perhaps not by the fireside the way the weather's going, but who can tell. I wish you health and happiness. Bye.